What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. I'm going to keep it relatively short and sweet, but there's one lefty that, and I talked about him recently, that I think the Yankees will be wise to target, right, in the trade market right now. And this is also, there are also some mock trades being floated right now out there by some baseball beat writers for this particular reliever. And when that happens, when it happens with some type of regularity, then the radar starts to come up, right? And he might become an option. And I've talked about the Miami Marlins as an option here, as a potential trade partner for the Yankees, particularly with Marcus Stroman, because they need to add payroll, right? But the reliever I'm talking about is Andrew Nardi. Okay, the lefty reliever. He's got 4 years of control. Just to break this down a little bit. Okay. He was 3-2 at a 5.07 ERA this past year. Not sexy, but he had 70 Ks in 49 innings pitched. He's got a career 12-4 record, 4.51 ERA, 167 Ks and 121 innings pitched. Okay. He had a whip last year, 1.25. So he's a good lefty with controllable years on a crappy team. And he could use a change of scenery, it looks like. And he's got those 4 controllable years are exactly what Brian Cashman's looking for. Now he could still sign Tim Hill, but what I'm hearing from about Tim Hill is that he's been targeting 2 years, but he's only getting 1 year offers from everybody. So that might come down. The market will have to come back to reality. He hasn't done enough to, I think, to justify 2-year deal. So, and Andrew Chafin we talked about too in free agency, but Andrew Nardi he's a better reliever than both of them. Okay. And he's 26 years old, so he's got youth on his side, and he would give that versatility and that strikeout guy from the lefty side. The Yankees have a bunch of strikeout guys from the righty side, and he could offset. If there happens to be a little bit of a regression from Luke Weaver and some of these other guys, this is a guy that could potentially offset that from the lefty side and give them some more versatility. Okay, and this to me, I think would be a good idea for the Yankees to target. Okay, and again, the Yankees, I think they're going to add 1 or 2 relievers. That's what I'm hearing, right? More likely 1. And I think if there's going to be 1, I would choose Andrew Nardi over Chafin. I would choose him over Tim Hill if I could. But would I be upset if they brought him and Tim Hill? No, not at all. I think Tommy Kahnle's already been made expendable because of the acquisitions of Fernando Cruz and the trade for what's the other kid, Michael Abreu too. So they have some hard throwing strike, and Devin Williams, of course. They've got 3 strikeout guys on the right-handed side now, right? And Nardi would represent that from the lefty side. And again, give them a better environment and a better bullpen to be part of. The Marlins have just been decimated. Their rotation, they've already traded away Jesus Luzardo. They lost Braxton Garrett for the 25 season already. So their rotation is decimated, right? And by the way, smack the like buttons, gang. Let's get the likes up. We got almost 100 people in. Let's try to get to 100 likes as quickly as we can. I greatly appreciate it. And a shout out to the chat, by the way. But Andrew Nardi is the guy. I think I think he's gettable. Okay, and I'll give you an example. This is a mock trade was put out by Baseball. I don't know if it's MSM Sports or Fox Sports. In this trade, the Marlins would acquire Rafael Flores and Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, who is somebody that they acquired early this offseason, in exchange for Andrew Nardi. That's it. Okay, if there's somehow you can facilitate Marcus Stroman in a trade with the Marlins, great. But if you can't, I try to look to trade him to another team that can use a pitcher that's willing to spend, right? So Nardi's the guy to target, in my opinion, from the Marlins. I don't want anybody else, in all honesty. Let me know what your thoughts are, gang. They haven't straightened out Leiter yet in the arbitration. But once he does settle, they'll officially be over the cone threshold. They're like right at it right now. He'll be over it because he's not going to settle for anything less than $2 million. But he might become trade bait too. So maybe they can send Leiter to the Marlins as part of this package with Elmer Rodriguez Cruz and Rafael Flores for an Andrew Nardi. Maybe they could do that. You get him another reliever over there on the cheap, right? And he's got 2 more years left. So, and that to me this is a worthwhile piece for the Yankees to pursue. And again, there's 3 weeks left until pitchers and catchers report. I know there's a lot of people that are saying that Cashman hasn't done anything. The Yankees have fallen asleep at the wheel and so on and so forth. The Yankees did a lot of their heavy lifting early on. So, and the Dodgers have done their heavy lifting late. So it looks like the Dodgers have been busy and the Yankees haven't done anything. But let's not discount what the Yankees have already done. They've pivoted they've pivoted brilliantly from Juan Soto. And again, the fact of the matter is, there was no one player in baseball who's going to replace Juan Soto's production. But the lineup is longer now. The bullpen's stronger. The rotation's stronger. Their defense is better. They're a more well-rounded team this coming year, in a weaker American League too. So I think the path to them getting back to the World Series is there. It's there. Obviously, you have to turn that into reality. That foster that into results. It's just like the Dodgers do. I'm not handing them the World Championship yet either. They got to get through a healthy Braves team now. Okay, healthy Phillies team. They got to get through the Mets and whoever else is going to. Even Reds. I wouldn't discount the Reds either. Tito Francona. It's like I'm not going to discount the Texas Rangers, who are also healthy now in the American League. So there's going to be some. There's going to be some guys here. I don't think you'd have to eat that much to the Marlins. The Marlins are going to have to. They're going to have a grievance filed against them for not spending. They're about 30 million or so, 30 plus million underneath the threshold, the minimum threshold. So I would try to, if you can include Stroman, I would include Stroman and try not to eat as little money as possible, if none at all. We would be helping them get towards that threshold. Now they may not care. So a team like the A's might present a better option. A team like the Dodgers, he's got an under 1 ERA with the Tiger in Detroit. So he could be a good fit for a team that needs an innings-eating pitcher. Okay, and Andrew Nardi represents that lefty fit for this Yankees bullpen in 2025. And again, 2025, 26, 27, 28. 4 years of control. 1 more pre-arb and 3 more arb years. Okay, so that to me is a good fit. And there are a couple guys who might become available with the Dodgers. I mean, if you haven't heard, Michael Kopech, he's having forearm problems now. So that's generally a precursor to Tommy John. It could also be the reason why they brought in Kirby Yates, because they know this. So they also put Ryan Brazier on the market yesterday. So we don't know if any of those lefty relievers are going to become available right now, because they do have to clear up 2 roster spots. They're at 40. And just put this in perspective, almost 30 teams in baseball are at capacity right now, are at 40 million, or at 40 in their roster. This is a big reason why the free agent market has been going so slow, because teams are at capacity and they're not willing to make moves. And now you obviously have teams that aren't spending either. That's another problem. The Yankees aren't the problem. Neither are the Dodgers. Neither are the Mets. Right? It's the teams that aren't spending. That's a bigger problem, which is one reason why the market's been going so slow. The Roki Sasaki held up a bunch, but to a degree, the team's not spending. And again, almost 30 teams are at their 40 threshold already. The Yankees are at 36 or 37. So that's, the Yankees, they have to get to 40. They have to. It's a mandate. So they have to before opening day. Not necessarily spring training. There's going to be a lot of maneuvering in spring training. Roster clearing, roster trades, people get cut, and so on and so forth. So expect a 40-man roster for the Yankees to look a little bit different in April than it does in February. And that's just modus operandi every year. That's how it is every year for every team. So there are going to be players moved, there are going to be players cut, and so on. I could see the Yankees improving their bench during spring training. Okay. And then again, the Yankees, the Mets have spent almost $1 billion and have just basically got Juan Soto and a bunch of side pieces. And that's it. So what people accuse of the Yankees were going to do with Soto, the Mets have done. So, and they're not, for some reason, they're not getting enough heat for it. The Yankees have got more heat than the Mets for doing what they actually thought the Yankees were going to do, which is crazy. So, but again, at this point, the Mets, they still have to bring in a reliever. They have to bring in another starter. They're at almost $1 billion in spending. Frankie Montez, Clay Holmes, Paul Blackburn. They traded for Siri. There's a couple. They re-signed Sean Manaea, which is a good sign. It was a good re-sign for the Mets. Okay, but that's what the Mets have done. I think the Yankees have had as good of an offseason as they could have, and they're not done yet. They're going to be adding another bat and another arm, at least. And they're going to fortify their bench too. So people think he's done. He's not done. He's not done. Okay. No, he's not calling it quits, Susan. They've him and Hal, but he said they're not done. So, and you can see when he makes these types of trades. And again, keep in mind too, Alex Bregman, if he signs with the Tigers, it might make an infielder available. If he signs with the Cubs, it might make Nico Horner available. If he signs with a certain team, it might make another infielder available. So Cashman's waiting for these things to play themselves out. So, and he's smart to wait instead of making just a drastic overpay just because some fans want him to, because that's what the Twitter sphere is saying. Okay, and Arenado seems the more likely. And he's waiting the market out because the more desperate the Cardinals get, the more they're going to eat of his contract. And if you can get Arenado on favorable terms, then especially if you can't get Brendan Donovan, if you can't get one of these other guys, Arenado is a decent, a decent consolation prize. So Tim Hill has not signed it. The reason why, Victor, is because he's looking for 2 years and everybody's offering 1. So that's the reason why. So Bregman and Pete Alonso both they turned down big contracts. Bregman turned down a 6-year deal. Alonso turned down a 7-year deal on advice from Scott Boras. That's on them. Now I'm also hearing that somebody in the Red Sox universe wants Bregman on a 7 or 8 year deal. Don't know if it's going to happen, but somebody's pushing for it. Okay, so Arenado is a 10-time Gold Glover. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer. So, and he's a solid veteran too. He could use a change of scenery. He's close friends with Paul Goldschmidt. He's also good friends with Aaron Judge, as is Paul Goldschmidt. So, yeah, I mean, if Bregman goes there, he goes there. I think he's going to wind up with the Detroit Tigers, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, he'll reunite with A.J. Hinch at the Detroit Tigers. I know you got Cora there. He was the bench coach while he was with the Astros too. But A.J. Hinch was the manager, and he's with the Detroit Tigers now. So, and let's see what we got here. Jonathan just said, "Thank you, Jonathan. The Yankees just signed an international player." Let's have a look here. I'm going to take a look and see if I can find it. I'll keep my radar on this one. But 51 likes, gang. All right, let's get it. Let's try to get over 100, gang. Keep in it. Smack that thumbs up if you haven't done that yet, please. I greatly appreciate it. Let's have a look and see here. Yankees. Okay. New York Yankees. Oh, well, by the way, congratulations to CC Bathia for making it to the Hall of Fame. First ballot. So Paul Sewald, yeah, they signed him yesterday. So they added a reliever to complement Emmanuel Clase. So doesn't make up for the bats that they've traded away. So yeah, I mean, we just don't know Ciliano. Those guys would be a great move, Nick Horner or Brendan Donovan. We just don't know if they're going to be made available officially. Right? It makes sense for the Cardinals to make Brendan Donovan available because they couldn't avoid arbitration with him, and they also lowballed him in extension talks. So yeah, but we're trying to figure out the speculation with J-Ram. Jose Ramirez is real or just speculation because he wiped clean his social media accounts on Instagram and some other thing took away the Indians logo and the Guardians logo and all that stuff. So yeah, I like it, man. And if he's dropping the knowledge, we should trade Giancarlo Stanton for Nico Horner. I would only be willing to do that if they brought in Manny Acta as the manager. Take it to the next level. Let me know what you think about that. I mean, and if you can flip and get Robbie Ray and Patrick Corbin here, forget Andrew Nardi. Get those guys. Oh my God. Right. Guardians, I mean, I don't think, they did Ramirez a solid. They gave him a very team-friendly contract. Actually, he did them a solid, I should say. So Ramirez would cost either Dominguez or Spencer Jones and Roderick Arias or George Lombard and some more. So, yeah. He's a superstar. 32-year-old superstar. So, no, I don't think Praz has a chance. He won't be starting here. Neither will Oswaldo Cabrera, neither will DJ. Unfortunately, the time has passed. Time has passed for Oswald Peraza to be a starter here. Dodgers officially announced Tanner Scott. Let's see. That means he passes physical. Now they're going to have to make a roster move. Yeah, they did make it official. They did, let's see if they made any roster moves. It's fan sided. It's more Mark Feinstein reports on MLBTradeRumors.com. They have not made a roster move just yet, according to here. So somebody's going to get traded. Somebody's going to get DFA'd. Somebody's going to be put on waivers or something. Okay, something. So stay tuned and just make sure if you're subbed here, your notifications are turned on. If you're not subbed here, please, please sub. Okay. Albies, I don't think so. I think that was a hypothetical. Somebody put out that trade proposal, Steven. I think I think it's highly unlikely that Albies comes here. I think the Braves are going to make a run at this year, and they're healthy. Acuna's healthy, and Olsen's healthy, and they're going to make a run for it this year. Yeah. Slack Wolf. Corbin's definitely a joke. Corbin's a joke. Robbie Ray's a joke. Yeah. Yeah. So is Maniac. That's a joke too. So you know me. I wouldn't be proposing these guys. No. No. I think Cashman will likely make a move soon too. Let's see if I can get any more intel on this international signing. That would bring, actually, let's go here. International signing tracker. Let's see. Let's see if it's added to the list. I'm going to get to Mariano Rivera. I'm hoping that it isn't true, for those that haven't heard. Yankees are at, there. No, they're still on here with the same. And now they have 5 international prospects instead of 6 signed. So, interesting. That pitcher's off. They took the pitcher off the list. Interesting. But for those that haven't heard, Mariano Rivera and his wife have been sued for covering up sex abuse at their church. Apparently, more stuff is going to come out about this over the next couple of days. So I would reserve judgment until the facts present themselves. They've already, denied rumors and all this stuff. But apparently, a minor went to them and saying the person was sexually abusing me at the church, and they preferred to handle it in-house, I guess, without going to parents and so on and so forth. So it's being viewed as them covering it up. So we'll wait and see if it's true. I'm going to reserve judgment, but if it is true, then punishment has to be appropriate for this. Really. It's terrible. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I hope to God it's not true, but it looks like, him and his wife are neck deep in this. He's the pastor, I think, and his wife kind of manages things at the church. So I'm going to attach the article down below after this live stream so you can read it yourself. There's quite a few articles, but this one says Yankees legend Mariano Rivera, his wife Clara, denied covering up child abuse after bombshell lawsuit. So a lawsuit's already been filed. So it's legally, already moving. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. So, and again, one of the problems I see is that he's a very religious man. But sex abuse of children is unfortunately a prominent thing in the religious world, in the churches, in the Catholic Church, and whoever else. And they did a movie about it. They did a freaking movie called Spotlight about it. So, and I've seen it happen in New York, where early when I was younger in high school. An article was written back then about it too. So this is a real thing in the religious community, unfortunately. But I really hope that this Yankee legend is not, did not do what they're saying that he did. So, but I agree. If a lawsuit's filed, it's going to court. They're not going to go into. They're not going to start. That's what I'm hearing too. They're not going to start DJ or Peraza or Oswaldo Cabrera. They're going to bring in somebody, and it looks like they're either going to try to make a trade with for an infielder and a left-handed pitcher, or separate trades. So, but we'll see. No, he's not sitting on his hands, Joseph. You can't make Donovan available. You can't make Horner available until they become available. So, and that's the thing. I mean, it's the team that has him has all the leverage. That's the key. And it's sitting on his hands. No, I mean, he was the busiest GM in baseball the first 6 weeks of the offseason. The Dodgers have been the busiest the last 3 weeks. So, just the way that it is, unfortunately. But Nardi would be a huge get for the Yankees. He would be. He's the guy, and I talked about him for like a year. He's the guy I would be going after. And you let me know what your thoughts are, gang. Again, but this Mariano Rivera news is awful. It's just I have no explanation for it. I have no. Don't you? I'm gonna wait until. I mean, the story itself is disturbing. If it turns out to be true, I'm just gonna. The appropriate punishment to me is you got to unretire his number. You got to kick him off the Hall of Fame. You got to ban him from the game. That's way, at least. So, yeah, I'd be happy with a Nardi pickup too. But then again, like it's unfortunately you have leaders in this country who either cover up sex abuse or rape people and aren't held accountable. So there's that too. But yeah, again, Jackie Robinson was 42, right? So, and Rivera was the last person that was allowed to wear 42 on permission from the Robinson family. 42 number, nobody in baseball wears 42 now. Nobody. So he was the last guy to wear 42, Rivera. And but if you're gonna ban Pete Rose from baseball for gambling, but you're not, if this turns out to be true, you're not gonna give him the Pete Rose treatment for covering up a sex abuse of a kid. And something's very problematic. There's a huge problem there. So we have to wait. We have to wait. Yeah, I mean No, yeah, 100%. You got to wait and see if the allegations are true. If they are true, then that's when I would unretire his number. I'd kick him out of Monument Park too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, ruck up. I know. I know. I know. Accused rapist. I know. Yeah. Do I think the Yankees retire 50? CC? Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. Anybody that goes into the Hall of Fame should have his number retired. So that's what we're waiting for. More details, CNI. That's what we're waiting for. So I'm gonna attach the articles of what I see. I'm gonna attach them down below so you can read that. But I think it's gonna take a few days. This came out yesterday, so there's gonna take a few days for things to kind of come to fruition. So it's just like this whole Shohei Ohtani situation. His story changed like 3 days in a row. So you thought one thing the next day, and then his story changed, and then it stunk to high hell. Right? But yeah. Yeah, I mean, Susan, yeah. I'm not I don't want Trevor Bauer back. I mean, it would just be too much baggage for the team too. But yeah, I know he was criminally cleared of it, but there's still more accusers there. So I just don't want to bring that baggage into the Yankees, right? So Juan DeFranco case, as far as we know, Juan DeFranco's banned from the game, Jamie. But unfortunately, the Rays have to pay his salary for the duration of his time here because there's no clause in baseball that allows them to void his salary, especially since this domestic statutory rape or whatever he did happened in the Dominican Republic and not in the U.S. So it's not subject to U.S. federal crimes. He's going to be held accountable in the Dominican Republic. So CWE Mariano Rivera and his wife have been sued for covering up a child sex abuse at their church. That's the accusation in the lawsuit right now. If it's already at the lawsuit level, it's got to have teeth. But we're gonna wait and see with more details come out over the next couple of days to see. I think Franco's in jail. I don't know. You know, I, the Dominican tabloids. I don't really know. But the fact is, statutory, and he paid off her mom to be quiet, and like all that stuff is out. So he was banned. He was banned. But Braves is still paying his salary, which is crazy. Just like that basketball player, Jason Williams, he like murdered his butler, and the Nets still have to pay his freaking salary. I think he was in jail too. Like, it's just crazy, these contracts. If it was any one of us, forget about it. Just forget about it, right? No. Or Ruck up, yeah, I think Otani. MLB's covering up with the Dodgers because he's their cash cow. He makes them money. He's the goal. Yeah, exactly. So we'll find out more. I mean, this is a disturbing story just to talk about, and to think about, and to share. So, but for those that didn't know, want to get it out. Want to get it out there because people are going to judge prematurely. All right, got 26 likes to 100. We got 150 people in here. If anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up. Let's get over 100. I thank you, gang. The Patriot player Hernandez. Oh yeah, New England Patriot. Yeah. He's dead now. He committed suicide in jail. But didn't he? Did he? Did he murder somebody? I don't remember what he did. I don't remember what he did. People are mad. I'd be curious to ask the one person, why didn't you vote for him in the hole? Why didn't you vote to put him in there? Is Mary gonna go? Nah, JJ, I don't think so. I mean, he's being sued for covering it up. So I don't know. He wasn't the person that was abusing the kid, as far as we know. So I can't see him going to jail. Drive-by shooting. Okay. So yeah. All right. The race to the first. Yeah, no kidding. But again, this is. Yeah, I mean, if it turns out being true, confirmed, then he's got to be held accountable. He's got to be. That's just. And again, right now, perception is reality for a lot of people. So, um, that's the unfortunate situation. 80 likes. We need 20 more likes to get to 100. We had they issued a statement to their attorney denying it. Yep, about 20 minutes ago. If you're ready, no, you don't apologize, Clemens. I saw that too. I'm actually going to attach the article down below. But it's just this is an ugly story. His name's going to be dragged through the mud forever now. So, but if it's a civil case, then there's no jail time. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure. We'll find out more over the next couple of days. So yeah, people can say whatever they want. Like, I'm just gonna wait to reserve judgment until we find out what the facts are. He was a great Yankee. He's the greatest closer of all time. There's no doubt about that. But this is a different story, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't think he'll go to jail. It sounds like a civil case. So, and covering up. Apparently, well, this is the thing. Like, apparently, he decided to handle it in house instead of going to the parents. But I don't know if he's being sued by the parents. But there's a lawsuit that's happening already for covering that. They're calling it covering it up. So we'll find out more details. We just have to. Unfortunately, wait and see what the heck's going to happen, because there's going to be a lot of speculation about this one, a lot of feelings about this one. So, and I get it. I totally get it. So, Tim King, what's happening, man? The Riveras, Mariano and his wife, were sued for covering up minor sex abuse, which is statutory in their church. So, but we're waiting to see, let the facts play out a little bit more. You know, yes, it's true too. If you're still involved with like somebody that drugs in the car and you're sitting in the back seat, you're still yeah. And even if you don't know the person, the driver had drugs in his car, in his pocket or her pocket or whatever, guilty by association. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. They're gonna have to prove without a reasonable doubt. That's for sure. So yeah, civil cases generally about money. Yep. N- Not that I know of. Um, I don't know if he's had history of this stuff before. I don't know. No idea. But I'm not. I'm definitely not going to speculate on that one. It's not fair. So yeah, but this is what I'm talking like. This is I said this earlier. This is a very prominent problem in the Catholic Church. Sex abuse, covering it up, this, that, whatever, reassigning. I mean, they had a whole movie about it, Spotlight, and it was a very detailed breakdown. And I went to Catholic school, K through 12. So, um, like, I, you see stuff that makes you like, okay, say this stuff is true. They say, yeah, could be Mario. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out who's suing, and like, I don't know. You know. And again, like, why would the question be? Why would him and his wife handle it and not get the parents involved if their kid was sexually abused? We don't know. These, you know, we don't know. Spotlight's a great movie. Oscar, they won a freaking Oscar. Blackmail, but I don't. I have no idea, Wink. I don't know. I'm gonna wait until more stuff comes out because there's gonna be speculation, conspiracy theories galore. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, I know, Beagle. That yeah, people. There are certain politicians who use religion as a tool to discriminate against people instead of enriching people's lives. I mean, they attacked that female bishop the other day when she, pleaded to have mercy on the sick and the poor and the less fortunate, and they attacked her after that for doing what the Bible wants people to do. So, religion's been just perverted in the political world. So that's why mixing politics and religion is just like the worst combination ever. So I don't know. It's definitely not every priest in every religion, but it happens. Yeah, it does happen. We don't know if Bregman's close to sign. Apparently, he was at a standstill yesterday with the Detroit Tigers. So at the end of the day, I'm still predicting he goes to the Tigers, which he could make. It could make one of the infielders are available because then they have a surplus of infielders. They also signed Gleyber Torres, so that could happen. Yep. Yeah, that Bishop is, and she asked him to have mercy, and like he was rage tweeting against her, calling her a phony Bishop. Like, come on, asking people to be decent is not a bad thing. Like, yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, communion. There's a whole bunch of opinions on communion and how to hand it out, and yeah, yes, it has religion as politics, unfortunately. Yep, I'm a basketball fan. I did not hear the Cam Thomas to the Knicks rumors. Well, the trade deadline's coming up, so the trade deadline's coming. I think it's in a couple weeks, and I think Jimmy Butler might get traded too from the Heat. He has to be for them to trade him. So, um, what do you mean, Beagle Dad? Virtue signaling? What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, it's, put your hands out, let him take it, then you take it in your mouth. I get it. I get it. 49 degrees in Florida. When I left my house this morning to drop my girls at school, it was 6 degrees. 6. So, yeah. My NBA team is the Knicks, right? The Knicks, baby. Yep. So, but that's what I mean. Look, the Mariano Rivera situation, we just got to wait and see. Let more facts come out. But the one lefty for the Yankees to target, in my opinion, it's got to be Andrew Nardi. If I had the opportunity to just get one, it would be Andrew Nardi. Yep. The trade would be Thomas for Jarko Sims, Tyler Kolak in 2025. Interesting. I would love for them to bring back Dante Chivincenzo too, but yeah, it's an interesting trade, JJ, for the Knicks. Interesting. Butler to the Knicks. Send him to the Warriors, man. Send him to Golden State. Shoot. Cole Keith, that's a good question. I'm not sure, Jimmy. I don't know. But the Knicks will make them. The Knicks are like great for 3 days, and then they suck for 3 games, and great for 3 games, suck for 3 games. So they got to get someone that's going to help them be more consistent. But I pull up Dominguez for Donovan. Would I trade Dominguez for Donovan? I don't know if you'd have to. It's like, I mean, I don't know if you're going to have to trade. I don't know if you have to trade Jones for Hampton either. I mean, for Donovan. I mean, I would give them Oswaldo. I would give them Roderick Arias or George Lombard. So you'd have your starting infielder and then somebody replace him with who's a developmental piece, and then you can move Oswaldo to another position afterward. So I think if you're going to trade Donovan, if you can get him without giving up Dominguez or Jones, and I will be all over that. I think Flaherty's. I don't think the Dodgers are going to sign Flaherty. Yeah, the trolls. Oh, exactly, CNI. Yeah, we have a surplus. You trade from your surplus, right? We have boatloads of infielders, and you're going to replace an infielder. I would send an infielder back. So just like, I mean, J-Ram, I wouldn't. It's probably would cost Dominguez or Jones, probably yes, because he's a star. But if you can do it without him, I would give you Lombard or Arias and Oswaldo and Peraza. I'll give you a bunch. No, I give you pitching too. No, the remaining deferred money count towards luxury tax when it starts, applying towards the payroll. The deferred money is not applying towards their payroll right now, so it's not applicable to the luxury tax because luxury tax is applicable to the payroll. And keep in mind, it's not what the payroll is now; it's what the payroll is at the end of the season. That's how they decide what the penalty, the tax penalty, or luxury tax penalty is going to be, based on what the payroll is after the trade deadline. Yep. The Dodgers are run by like the Guggenheim. They have like a $400 billion in assets. They're also not financing their own stadium like the Yankees are. So I did say I'm getting to Rivera story. It's still fluid, right? So we're waiting for more facts to come out, right? But right now it's just ugly. It's ugly, but it's a lawsuit, so it's legally something's happening. Yeah, I think, and if he's right, it is likely going to court. So yeah, for those that haven't heard, Tim Hill, he's trying to hold out for 2 years, but nobody's offering him more than one. So that's one reason why Tim Hill hasn't signed yet. There's been a holdup on Tim Hill. So for those that are wondering, where the hell's Tim Hill? That's why he wants 2 years, but nobody's giving it to him. The Devastator. No. Yeah. It probably is being invested in, and then they'll use that. Now, my guess is the ownership group is gonna sell the team once Otani's contract is over, and then they'll pay off their debts, and then the next group will be the one that's got all this other stuff on the hook, all this other deferred money. So I don't think Mo's going to end up in jail. Wink. It doesn't sound like a criminal case. Sounds like a civil case, but his reputation is going to be destroyed forever. This is true. If this is true. No. Yeah. Chris the Flash. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up in a minute, so I got to get back to work. But I wanted to see what do you call it? Um, this is why Imperius the Dodgers are slick because keep in mind too the tax rev. You know, this deferred money, the $68 million a year, is going to be paid out to Shohei Ohtani after he's done playing baseball. He'll likely be in Japan, so he won't be subject to federal taxes here. He won't be subject to state taxes in California. He's going to save $100 million that way too. Ramirez, Guardians get Jones, Hampton, Warren, Vivas, Beal. Why are you giving so many? Why 6 for 1, JJ? I think it's too much. I think it's too much. But I don't think you're that far off. But I wouldn't give him 6 players. I don't think you're far off, JJ. I really don't. Max Scherzer, maybe. I think the Blue Jays will probably bring in another player or two. I think Pete Alonso's. They have a good shot at signing Pete Alonso. No. State tax for when they're playing ball. So Otani's being charged state tax right now on his $2 million salary because that's not the $70 million. So that's his tax ramifications are a hell of a lot lower right now because of the deferred money that doesn't count towards anything until his contract ends. No. Well, after threshold, I mean, it's easier said than done. Oh, hang on. Jonathan just sent me something. Yankees made a move. Hang on. Hang on 1 second. The Yankees claim Alan Winans, right-handed pitcher from the Braves, off waivers. Big league time with the teams 2023 and 24. He's got 256 innings from AAA. So this is another reliever with controllable years, with an ERA that's workable. He's got a 21.8% strikeout rate, 6% walk rate. So his strikeout to walk ratio is good. Fastball is not overwhelming. He's got some changing. He's got a good sinker. So he's got a fastball sinker combo. Now let's go to Alan Winans. Thank you, Jonathan. Contract. Let's pull up his contract and see how many years he has left. The trade hasn't even been announced online yet. Or the waiver pickup hasn't even been announced online yet. But he is 28 years old. And yeah, he's got 6 years of control. 6 controllable years. Yep. Another under the radar move for Brian Cashman. I think he's added another pitcher. Good stuff, Jonathan, man. Thank you. Claimed them off waivers. Cold chilling. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? What are we hearing here? He's a righty. He's a right-handed pitcher. Schmidt, Peraza, Lombard, and Warren for J-Ram. Then signed Scherzer to a 1-year deal. Interesting. Schmidt, Peraza, Lombard. If you can do it without Dominguez or Jones, then it's more appealing, and then you can sign Scherzer to replace Schmidt. Interesting, CNI. I like the strategy behind it. He's just starting his pre-arb clock, Jonathan. He's got, yeah. It's they picked him off waivers, Udall, not a trade. They picked off Alan Winans from. He's a right-handed pitcher from the Braves off waivers. They claimed him off waivers. So, but he's got 6 years of control. So that's good. No, it's not real yet. We don't know if he's going to get traded or not, J-Gent. We don't know. But also Max Scherzer, you could probably do, depending on what you pay for Max Scherzer, and at that point, you might as well pay Jack Flaherty over Max Scherzer. But I don't know. High strikeout pitcher. Yeah, let me look at his stats actually. Um, Alan Winans. Let's go to his stats. He's been loading up on strikeout pitchers, and that's one of the biggest frustrations of fans last year, right? Not getting strikeout guys. He averages about a K an inning. So it's not bad. 6'2", 165 pounds. This will be a good developmental piece for Matt Blake. 110 likes, all right. I don't know if Larry's going back to the Dodgers in Paris. I'm not sure about that. They don't have any room for him. No. Yeah, picking him off waivers is on the cheap, so he'll be on the minimum for several years. He did remove them off his social media platforms, JJ, so people are speculating already. But we haven't heard officially that the Guardians have put him on the market, but we haven't heard anything yet. So we're just going by what we saw right now. So we'll wait. No. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, Scherzer would be nice back in the rotation depth. There's no way defending him on social media doesn't mean he's going to be back. There's nowhere to pick. There's nowhere to play him. He's just a decent guy. He's defending his team that traded for him. That doesn't mean he's coming back. Waiting for the market here. He just picked up a pitcher on waivers, Barry, but waiting for the market to present an opportunity so he doesn't have to have a stupid overpay that so many people are expecting him to do. Yeah. Ketel Marte. Nothing I heard of. I haven't heard anything about Ketel Marte. Yeah, he's waiting for the market to come down on Arenado. The more we wait, the price lowers. So he's not going to have to overpay for Arenado. He's going to wait until the price goes down. The more desperate the Cardinals get, the more contract they're going to eat. And he knows this. He's an expert at reading the market. The Ace is in the building. What's up, Ace? Rizzo, I don't know where he's going. Honestly, Pete Alonso, it sounds like all signs are pointing to him probably signing with the Blue Jays. I would not give up Dominguez and Jones for Ketel Marte. There's no way in the world, and I don't think anybody would. For why? Both of them for Ketel Marte? Oh my God. Not be so concerned about the luxury tax. Why? I don't understand why people say that. How could you not be concerned about the luxury tax when they're over it every single year? They're at the highest threshold. You lose draft picks, you drop in the draft, you lose international money, you get luxury tax penalties up to the roof. They're all and again, I don't understand. People just think the Yankees are swimming in money. They're not. The Dodgers aren't going to give Vlad. They have Freddie Freeman. Where are they going to play Freeman? And Ohtani's their DH. So where would Vlad play? Yes, it does mean something because you have to pay it first in Paris. And luxury tax isn't. They can't write off 100% of the luxury tax penalty. It's not the way it works in baseball. I think they should retire CC's 52. I don't know when, but it'd be nice if they had a ceremony and put him up in Monument Park. That'd be cool. Bader, nothing on Bader yet, Susan. Nothing yet. Yeah, teams have to be responsible. Stay down. But a lot of people don't seem to want to factor in the the difference between revenue and profits. make the big moves when it needs to. But that's the benefit of Shohei Ohtani deferring 68 million. It leaves room for the Dodgers to maneuver for these guys. Made it easier because they're not paying 68 million of his 70 million dollars every year for the next 10 years. They're not paying it. No, I don't think the Yankees are done. No. And being done with the big moves doesn't mean that they're done. And honestly, there's nobody worth a huge contract out there right now anyway. Nobody. Especially since they're attached to qualifying offers. Mm-mm. Hey, Tiffany. What about Vlad Jr.? He's not worth. I wouldn't give them Jones and Dominguez for Vlad Jr. for 1 year of Vlad. No way. I don't think Otani's going to be pitching much longer either, Jay. I agree with that 100%. Yeah. I think he's going to get it with the Mets in Paris, not the Dodgers. He doesn't have a place to play with the Dodgers. He has a place to play with the Mets. Or the Blue Jays, unless the Blue Jays extend him. Who gets the luxury tax money? That goes into a pool. Revenue sharing goes to the teams, and the Yankees have to pay both. Yep. Whatever you say in Paris, there's nowhere for the Dodgers to pitch Flaherty. What's it going to be, 10th pitcher? Let's see. Two-way. Well, the A's just drafted a two-way player. Then the first two-way player, I think, since Ohtani. Tell you his name too. International. I have got it right here. Hold on a second. I've got Philadelphia. Wait, okay, Oakland A's must be a top. Arizona Athletics. Shotaro Mori. He's a two-way player. He's an infielder and a pitcher from Japan. Shotaro Mori. He's the next two-way player. Signed with the Oakland A's. Yeah, they picked up. They picked up a pitcher off waivers from the Atlanta Braves, NFA, and John Allen. Yeah, Alan Winans. Jonathan put it out as well. So, yep. And again, he's got 6 years of control, and adding another guy for Matt Blake to work with. Yes, I think Flaherty. There's nowhere for the Dodgers to play Flaherty, to pitch Flaherty. I think he's going to go elsewhere. I would watch out for the Braves. Because he's not going to get the same money if he's going to pitch less in Paris. He's not going to get the same money. Or, yeah, well, Mo and his wife have been sued for an apparent cover-up at their church, a minor sex abuse thing. So we're waiting for more facts to come out. So before jumping the gun just yet. Wink, I'm not sure. I think the next big move of the Yankees is going to be a trade. There's nobody worth a big contract in free agency right now. Do I think the Yankees can sign Flaherty if they trade Stroman? Maybe if they can get a team to eat all of Stroman's salary. Otherwise, no. No, they didn't sexually assault children. They're accused of covering it up at the church, all things. They're accused of covering it up. Someone else sexually abused. They went to Mo, and they apparently wanted to deal with it in-house, and it's being considered a cover-up. Yeah, the Yates, but they're probably going to lose Michael Kopech to Tommy John surgery. That's the reason why they brought in Yates. Yep. Can we get Tony Pena? I don't know, Mario. I don't. I mean, Brad Ausmus is a good bench coach, so I don't know. I don't know if they would bring in Tony Pena. They did try to handle it in house, yeah. And then I don't know if the parents are the ones that are suing them, or I don't know who's suing them, but there's a lawsuit going on. They offered Scott the same money as who? Imperius. Kirby Yates didn't get the same offer as Tanner Scott did, and his signing's not even made official yet. Kirby Yates. Tanner Scott says, "Oh, it's crazy, all things, absolutely crazy." Yeah, it's sexual abuse. I mean, that's a whole different thing, especially sexual abuse of a minor. Oh my gosh. The Boston Red Sox offered Scott more money than the Dodgers did. He turned down the Red Sox. Tanner Scott. So, but who cares? He's with the Dodgers. I don't care. Yeah, good for you in Paris. No one cares. It's not a flex, dude. Old time. I don't think he'll. If this thing is true, he better not be at Old Timers Day. Wink. Mm. They might attach a bullpen arm to with Stroman. They could. They could do that, Menifee. Yeah. Backup catcher. I think they're going to sign a catcher in free agency. I think a backup catcher because not everybody wants to go to SoCal in Paris, just like not everybody wants to play in the Bronx. They're not the only two teams in there that exist. Yeah, Alan Winans. The whole world now they don't in Paris. I'm from New York City. I don't want to live there. I'll take New York City over SoCal any day. You got to have thick skin in New York. You don't have to have it in Southern Cal. I mean, most valuable. Yeah, you better look up Park Avenue. The most expensive residence in the world is at 740 Park Avenue. It blows away Southern Cal. It's like Dubai level. Park Avenue is the most expensive strip of real estate in the world. But I love Southern Cal. I love San Diego, but I don't want to live there. Yeah, I know Brentwood. Good for them. Good for Brentwood. There's nothing like New York pizza. It's the best. No, Park Avenue. Mm-mm. You have multiple $100 million plus properties in Park Avenue. Multiple, like dozens of them. But to each their own. You prefer Cali, I prefer New York. So it is what it is. Coney Island, baby. Cyclone. Oh God, yeah. Yeah. Good for Brentwood. Relax. I'm not relaxing. I'm not I'm not I'm not bent out of shape. Nobody cares about the Brentwood house. Nobody cares. New York pizza is the best. I like East Coast over the West Coast too. hmm Depressing concrete prison, yeah, whatever you say. Okay. Yeah. Depressing concrete prison. No sun, no beach, no women. I beg to differ. They're hot. They're smart. They're feisty. A lot of them in New York. A lot of them. In your opinion, in Paris, top of the food chain. In your opinion. And New York does have women and beaches. Yep. We get that over here in Paris too. Except they're really smart here. But this isn't a competition between California and New York. If you're looking to make the competition, go troll elsewhere, dude. We don't waste our time trolling California and Dodgers channels. We have better things to do with our lives. Yeah, Consigliere. They always try really hard, but they're not. They can't get to us, NFE. You know that. You know that, baby. Yeah. Yeah, and the New York women got these too. Yeah. That's right, Joseph. They have to troll because they have nothing better to do with their time, Stephen, right? hmm One objective reason to live in New York and not SoCal. It's a matter of preference. Okay. We got some of the best universities here. Okay. Best food. New York food blows away California food. Okay. There's a lot of reasons to live in New York. Diversity. Why would anyone want less beautiful women with more attitude? Well, physically beautiful doesn't mean it is not everything. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, if you're physically beautiful, but you're a moron or you can't carry yourself, then it doesn't do much for you. Okay. Doesn't do much for you. Yeah. They are exactly considered. Both are one of a kind. Lakers. Okay. Big deal. Lakers. What do you do? Tell them, Graham. Tell them, baby. Our concrete's better, better quality concrete. That's right. Silver, we don't know enough detail yet on the Mo situation. That's going to happen. We'll get more detail over the next couple days. So, yep. hmm Caltech, yeah, good for UCI, USC. We got NYU, we got Columbia here, we got a lot of schools. Better traffic in LA. Oh shit. Earthquakes, fires, exactly. We get the snow. We get the snow. We got the boroughs, we got the food, we got the culture, we got a lot, man. More fruits and vegetables. Yeah, I'll take California avocados all day, man. Most championships. NCAA, who cares? And what sport are you talking about? USC and UCLA. You're ignoring Stanford. It's a better school than both of those. Yep. West of Albany, yeah, man. Titletown for what? For what? We have all those over here too, Imperius. We have all that too. You're not going to win this competition, so it's not even a competition. Yeah, Council Yeti. Yeah, Baseball Hall of Fame is in New York, Cooperstown. That's right. Beagles head in Albany. All right, man. I don't know. It's a good question. We couldn't make a. You must be crazy. Now you get out of here, dude. We couldn't make the Latin food. You must be crazy. Breaking news: Angels are trading Anthony Rendon for Soto, Lindor, Minaya, Kodai Senga, and third. Oh man, that's fantastic. Yeah. Hmm. I am a Jets fan. Yeah. The It doesn't sound like they're going to do anything with the coaching staff. They've already announced that they're not going to move on from the coach and GM. So it is what it is. I mean, the Jets hired Aaron Glenn yesterday as their head coach. They're apparently getting close on the GM too. So we'll see who they bring in as offensive coordinator and everything else. So we'll see. JV Team Angels. Oh God, dude, better than the Yankees. Okay. Yeah. What channel are you trolling for, dude? God, that's weak. That's fair weather. Weak energy. You have to do that. Yankees signed their first the IFA in the class. Lenny Manuel Donier, third baseman. All right. They officially signed them. Good. You live on the border of Mexico. We have Colombian food. We have all Puerto Rican, Dominican. We have the best Latin food, dude. But you can live on the border. Go right ahead. It's not a knock on Mexican food, but you're knocking all the other Latin foods, dude. We don't need to border on them. Yeah, but that's weak energy. If you need to troll, it's weak energy. Like I have channels that send people to troll here. It's weak energy. Weak. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. White Castle. Where do I think they come to first? Colombia. Don't think so, homie. No, don't think so, homie. Yeah, the troll of the day, CZ cards. Exactly. It's weak energy. It's weak energy. It's very weak. Willie Castro is decent. Um, he's decent. Yeah, exactly. And Paris has nothing, dude. It's your last chance in Paris. Go take that elsewhere, dude. When you're out, you're gonna get booted, man. It's weak energy, man. Jay from PR with the knock, dude. Boom, boom. Upset me. I'm not upset. You're not smart enough to upset me, dude. Paris, you're not smart enough. You're trolling. I've already countered stuff that you said. I'm from Manhattan, from New York City. It's easy to counter your stuff. Easy. Yeah. No, Anthony Rendon. I have no idea. No interest in Anthony Rendon. Zero. Yeah, we're 3 weeks away from pitchers and catchers. 3 weeks away. Yep. But anyway, we've entertained the trolling enough. I got to get back to work. That's what we do in New York. Okay. We work. Okay. Objective standpoint. No, you're giving your opinion. That's not an objective standpoint. Your opinion you're entitled to. But the facts are the facts, dude. Okay. Giving more money and saying California taxes are just as high as New York taxes. Okay. You know, if the Yankees had covered up Shohei Ohtani's gambling scandal, they would have been crucified. But the Dodgers did. People know that. Okay. Polanco, no. I don't think he's coming to the Yankees anyway. Up to Polanco. They got to do better than that. The deferred money will be taxed once it becomes part of the payroll. Okay. It's not taxed now. It will be taxed later. But he will not be one paying the taxes, Shohei Ohtani, because he won't be employed in the U.S. or employed in the state of California. The players get it all when they're not living in America. Ohtani. If he stayed in Cali, he would not be keeping that whole thing. How many chips? The Dodgers are only like 20 chips behind the Yankees, so they're not that far, Jay. Only 20 behind us. So if you win the next 20, then we could talk. Suarez, I'm not sure. Eugenio Suarez, I'm not sure if he's... I've heard his name being floated, though. Nobody's talking about the Knicks and the Lakers. Nobody cares about the Lakers. You don't have the greatest player of all time. The Bulls did, Michael Jordan. It's not even close. Which is going to win more sooner? Okay, well, first of all, the difference, we also talk properly here from New York. Only 20, Jay. That's right. Yep. But you can store all that money and invest it right now. I don't know if LeBron wants to leave. That's a good question. Dominant player of all time. It's the most dominant center. The greatest player of all time is Michael Jordan, who Shaq could not stop. Everybody knows that who follows basketball. Jordan is the GOAT. Doesn't mean Shaq. I've said this repeatedly. Shaq's the most dominant center of all time. Yeah, and he's a great dude, too. I've met him. He's a cool dude. But Jordan is the greatest ball player of all time. Nobody could stop Shaq. No centers could. Jordan dunked over him. He didn't need to stop him. Shaq couldn't stop Jordan. That's more impressive. Yeah. No human being could stop Shaq. Well, Yao Ming did, so. From China, from the Houston Rockets. Yeah. But we'll leave it at that. Jordan, the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time. Wouldn't even be in the way Shaq. They played in the same era. Jordan dominated everybody. Everybody. Shaq's a great player, Hall of Famer, but not Michael Jordan. But you keep stroking the ego a little bit more. Then you come back when you're ready. Okay? Lick your wounds a little bit. And we're going to go and enjoy the rest of our day. But gang, thank you for coming on. Hit the likes, and anybody in here is not subscribed. Thank you to the trolls for trolling, giving us some entertainment. So we'll have a great day, everybody. Yeah, I got that right, dang. Shout out to you too. Thank you for being part of the family, man. God bless. God bless all of you. Peace and love to everybody. Have a great day. If anything comes out today, you'll get it. Over now.